Thanks for the clips, but you're no longer needed here. Off you get, mate.
Just see myself out then.
Yeah. Now that it's just me, I'm going to be breaking down my desk setup as a university student. Everything in my desk setup is going to be in a kit link down in the description, so make sure you check that out. So the keyboard and mouse combination that I went with is the Logitech K780 and the Logitech MX Master, and they're both brilliant. The Logitech K780 is a quality keyboard. It has this little slot here so I can stick in my iPad, so when I'm taking notes there, I can easily just write on it and I'm not crouching over, destroying my neck. I can have 3 different devices connected to it at once, so switching between taking notes on my iPad or writing something down in my laptop is just so easy. The Logitech MX Master has buttons galore. I mean, it's so practical, so ergonomic. I mean, when you use it, it just glides, and the feeling in your hand, it fits perfectly. I also love the fact that you can use the K780 with both Mac and Windows. It has a little mapping on each key to show its Mac equivalent, which is very helpful, saying as I use a Dell and a MacBook Pro. The only problems that I had though was the fact that the enter key is so far to the right, and the keys are circular, so you do have to be a bit more precise with your strokes, but both of these things only took about a day or 2 to get used to. Logitech does do another keyboard mouse combination, but it is about twice the price, so I couldn't really justify getting it. It's the MX keys and the MX Master 3. They're a great combination, they look beautiful together. I couldn't afford it, but I managed to persuade my dad to get them, and he absolutely loves them. They're pretty much like the other 2, but they just work so much better. The keys are bigger, it's a bit more premium. It's just overall a bit better of an experience, but if you can't really afford it or you're stretching yourself to buy it, don't go for it. The K780 and the MX Master are still great. I feel like the mouse mat really completes the whole setup. It's great having a place to put my keyboard and put my mouse. Before, I was using a pretty small mouse pad, and I would hate that I would always run out of room, because I tend to use my mouse quite a bit, moving it around quite aggressively and just everywhere and everywhere. Everywhere and everywhere? Everywhere and everywhere. I do absolutely love the texture of it, the way the mouse feels gliding over it, but whatever you do, do not eat crisps or anything that produces crumbs over it, because it will get stuck and it is a pain to get out. So the current monitor that I'm using is a Samsung 34-inch Quad HD ultra wide display, and it's perfect. It gives me plenty of room to program and also have another tab open trying to figure out why my program isn't working. So I decided to go with this monitor because it's quite a good size, and I decided to get a Quad HD monitor over a 4K one, because when you get a 4K one, you do have to sacrifice on size, and I knew that I wouldn't notice the difference that much, so I'd much rather have a much bigger screen so I have plenty of room to see what I'm doing wrong. So most of the time I have my computer connected through USB-C to my monitor, so I rarely open it, but when I do, this laptop stand elevates it to the perfect level so I can easily glide across from my monitor to my laptop. So when I said USB-C, I meant that I have a USB-C hub that connects to HDMI, which goes to my monitor. I also really like the fact that the laptop stand allows me to have 2 laptops in the space of one. I do have an LED strip behind my desk and a Philips Hue bulb that's in my lamp, which also doubles as a wireless charger, but it is terribly slow, so I don't even really use it. My Philips Hue bulb does stick out a bit from my lamp, which is a bit annoying, but I did make a stupid mistake and I got the wrong fixture, so what I've had to do is buy a converter, so that's why it sticks out. Make sure you do your research on what bulb fitting goes with which lighting devices. So say for example, spotlights, you need a GU10 fixture. For lamps like these, you want an E14. So always make sure that you do the right research, otherwise you'll look like a bit of a mug.
Like Milan.
Now these beautiful speakers that you see before you are the Harman Kardon Soundsticks 3, and let me tell you, they look as good as they sound, as long as you think they look amazing. The way that they look with the LED backlighting, since they're transparent, it just looks absolutely amazing. The way the colors kind of meld into the speakers is just beautiful. So I've got them connected to my Echo Dot and to my monitor, but since they're wired, what I've had to do is use a headphone splitter to be able to connect to both of them, but it works amazingly with that. Alexa, change desk to blue.
Okay.
Alexa, change lamps to blue. Since I've got the first generation Echo Dot, I can't use the AND command, so I can't say change desk and lamps to blue, which is a bit annoying, but it does everything else pretty well, so I'm not too fussed about upgrading it. The LED strip behind my desk costs about £18 for 5 meters, and it connects to my phone and through my Echo Dot, so it's not bad. But the only problem is that the color calibration isn't perfect, but for £20 you really couldn't ask for more. Well, there you have it. But there's more. No desk setup is complete without a calculator. Now this is a CASIO 991EX. It's a successor to the 991ES Plus, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. Solar panel, metallic keys, any sort of calculation you want, imaginary numbers, it's just unreal. Beautiful calculator, wonderfully designed, ergonomic, and just quite classy. This calculator is great for GCSEs, A-levels, and beyond. So that's it from the Master Brother.
Make sure you guys check out my desk setup tour, as I've recently graduated from uni and I've just started work, so it'll be a slightly different perspective from what Milan's shown. On that note, we'll catch you on the flippity flip.